3 baravar beraman. Shu gaplarni aytdingmi, aytmadingmi?
Tushuntirdim. Opani Moskvadan tutib olib kelishganidan xabaringiz bormi?
Men bergan taklifim mensimadlaring, ha?
Bor budimmi shilib ketgan ayolni tanimay bo'ladimi?
Men ham bekordan bekorga seni piyoda olib yuryapmanmi? Sog'lom farzand dunyoga keltirgin deyapman.
Agar mana shu ikkita masala bo'lmaganda, men seni quvib o'tirmasdim.
The episode opens in complete silence. Nasir boy stands alone in the kitchen at midnight, slowly stirring the huge kazan of ash while everyone in the house sleeps. The steam rises around him like smoke from old memories. His face is calm, but his eyes are restless. For the first time in many years, the house feels peaceful. No shouting, no scandals, no fear. But peace in this family never lasts long. Behind him, Nazakat quietly walks into the kitchen. She stops at the doorway and watches him for several seconds. Nasir boy senses someone and turns around slowly. "You're still awake?" Nazakat forces a smile. "I couldn't sleep." Nasir boy studies her face carefully. Something feels wrong. The audience immediately senses that Nazakat is hiding something again. He invites her to sit. While serving ash into bowls, Nasir boy begins talking about life, regret, and old age. He says people spend their youth chasing money and power, only to realize too late that loneliness is the worst punishment. Nazakat listens quietly, but her hands tremble slightly. Then comes the first emotional hook. Nasir boy suddenly says, "If someone made one last mistake, but truly regretted it, would Allah forgive them?" Nazakat freezes. The camera slowly zooms into her face. The audience immediately starts suspecting, what has Nazakat done now? Before she can answer, the electricity suddenly cuts off across the entire house. Darkness. A loud sound is heard outside. Nasir boy grabs a flashlight and rushes into the yard. The gate is open. Someone was there, but nobody remains. Only a black plastic bag hanging from the gate handle. Inside the bag, old documents, bank transfer papers, and photographs. Photographs of Afzal meeting secretly with Gul. Nazakat's face loses all color. The audience is shocked because everyone believed Gul's story had already ended, but apparently someone has been collecting evidence for a long time. Nasir boy slowly looks at Nazakat. "You knew about this?" Nazakat immediately denies it, but her panic exposes her. At that exact moment, Afzal calls Nazakat repeatedly. She ignores the calls. The tension rises sharply. Meanwhile, another storyline begins. At the salon, Dildor cannot stop thinking about the strange closeness growing between her employee and the older businessman whose hair she styled earlier. The audience already noticed emotional chemistry forming between them. The woman tries acting normal, but internally she is exhausted from years of hardship. For the first time, someone listened to her without pitying her. That feeling becomes dangerous. When she arrives at the cafe meeting, she is nervous. The businessman, whose loneliness has slowly become obvious, tries to appear confident, but he is equally uncomfortable. They sit quietly at first. Then he asks, "Have you ever thought about living for yourself instead of others?" That question hits her deeply. The audience immediately understands. This is not about romance yet.
It is about emotional hunger. She admits that all her life she survived for her children, not for herself. He confesses that despite money and status, he returns home every night to emptiness. Their conversation becomes emotionally intimate very quickly. But just when viewers begin accepting this new possible relationship, someone secretly photographs them from outside the cafe window. The camera reveals it is Sodiq. His face is dark with calculation. The audience immediately understands. His apology was fake. He is planning something much bigger. Back at the hospital, Nodira Kalilovna's return creates chaos among the staff. Some are genuinely happy she changed. Others believe she is pretending to regain power. Matluba cannot fully trust her. Pari openly supports forgiveness, but Sofia remains cautious. Then another shock happens. A young nurse quietly tells Matluba, "Someone accessed old patient records last night." Matluba becomes suspicious immediately. When they check the system, several confidential files connected to Gul's case are missing. Now the audience begins connecting everything: Gul, Afzal, Nazakat, Sodiq, the blackmail photos, the deleted records. Someone is rebuilding the entire scandal from the shadows. Meanwhile, in prison, Gul sits alone during interrogation. For the first time, she looks broken. The investigator places photographs in front of her. Afzal's meetings, secret transfers, fake property documents. Then he asks the question that changes everything. Who else helped you? Gul stays silent, but tears slowly fall down her face. The investigator leans closer. If you continue protecting them, you will go down alone. Gul whispers, I was not the only monster. Cut to black. Engagement question. Who is secretly manipulating everyone now? Gul, Sodiq, or someone nobody suspects yet? The episode resumes with Afzal arriving at Nazokat's house before sunrise. He looks terrified. For the first time, the audience sees real fear in him instead of confidence. Nazokat drags him into a private room before Nazokat notices. She throws the photographs onto the table. Afzal is stunned. Who gave you these? Nazokat explodes emotionally. Years of suppressed anger finally burst out. She accuses him of destroying everyone's lives while pretending to be honorable. Afzal tries calming her, but she suddenly says something shocking. If the police discover the truth, none of us survive. That single sentence changes the atmosphere completely. The audience now realizes Nazokat knows far more than previously revealed. Afzal becomes suspicious. What exactly did you tell Gul? Nazokat refuses to answer. Their alliance begins cracking. Outside the room, Nazokat quietly overhears part of the conversation. His expression slowly hardens. The viewers immediately feel heartbreak coming. Nazokat may soon discover the full betrayal around him. Meanwhile, at the hospital cafeteria, Nodira tries reconnecting sincerely with the women she hurt. She laughs with them awkwardly, trying to regain humanity after prison. For a moment, things feel warm again.
Then, one employee accidentally says, "People don't change that quickly." Silence falls instantly. Nodira's smile disappears. The audience feels sympathy because for the first time, she genuinely wants forgiveness. Later, alone in the hallway, Nodira overhears two nurses gossiping that Matluba only rehired her out of pity. This humiliates her deeply. Old arrogance slowly returns to her eyes. The audience becomes divided. Will she truly change or become dangerous again? At the same time, Sodiq secretly meets a lawyer. He reveals the photographs from the cafe and says, soon everyone will show their real faces. The lawyer asks what he truly wants. Sodiq replies coldly, revenge. But revenge against who exactly? Afzal? Nazokat? The women who rejected him? Or all of them? The mystery intensifies. Meanwhile, the emotional center of the episode shifts toward little Abdullah. The baby develops a sudden fever at night. Everyone panics. Even the usually harsh grandmother becomes emotional while holding him. The child's illness temporarily unites the fractured family. Old arguments stop. Everyone gathers around the baby. During this emotional chaos, the audience notices something important. The baby has become the moral heart of the story. Every character softens around him. Even Nazilkat breaks down crying while holding Abdullah, whispering, maybe this child came to save us all. But at the clinic, another devastating twist occurs. The doctor informs them that Abdullah's blood test shows a possible hereditary condition requiring immediate further examination. The entire family freezes. Nasir Boy slowly sits down in shock. The audience immediately starts fearing, could the sins of the older generation now affect the innocent child? Back at the cafe storyline, Dildor returns home after her meeting feeling emotionally alive for the first time in years. But as she enters her apartment building, she discovers an envelope at her door. Inside, printed photographs of her sitting closely with the businessman, and a note, if you continue this relationship, your children will suffer first. Dildor's hands shake violently. The audience instantly understands. Someone is targeting vulnerable women one by one. The final sequence becomes extremely tense. Nasir Boy quietly enters Afzal's office late at night while nobody is present. He searches through drawers. Then he discovers a hidden folder. Inside, contracts, bank transfers, and one final shocking item, a DNA test request, requested secretly weeks ago. Nasir Boy reads the name slowly. Abdullah. His hands begin trembling uncontrollably. Before he can process it, Afzal suddenly appears behind him. Silence. Both men stare at each other. Afzal whispers, you were never supposed to see that. Cut to black. Final engagement question. What secret about Abdullah could destroy the entire family forever?